Well, it's been 14 years in the making, and today, finally, McDonald's threw open the doors to its first restaurant in Moscow. And make no mistake, this was an event of major gastronomic proportions. Our Moscow correspondent Don Murray savored the cultural revolution that surrounds the Big Mac's arrival in Moscow.
A feast in the time of plague. The words of Alexander Pushkin, Russia's greatest poet. In this new time of troubles, on the square that bears his name and statue, Pushkin now contemplates McDonald's. And the question is, was this the feast he wrote about? They opened what may be the world's largest hamburger stand this morning, and Pushkin's descendants crowded in. Their verdict on the feast was mixed. I don't like it at all, he says. It's not Russian.
It's very beautiful, but I expected more, I think.
This woman doesn't know what she just ate, but she says it was unusual and delicious. We're all hungry in this city, she says. We need more of these places. There's nothing in our stores or restaurants. If you're McDonald's with a restaurant that can serve up to 15,000 meals a day, how do you ensure that you don't run out of food, like everyone else? The answer lies in a Moscow suburb, a complete food processing plant, part of McDonald's $50 million investment here, where 14,000 buns per hour are baked, where 3,000 tons of potatoes are peeled and measured, where 10,000 patties an hour are prepared and frozen. That's expensive, and so is the end product for the Soviet consumer. A Big Mac, French fries, and a drink is the equivalent of half a day's wages. Some unhappy Muscovites are publicly protesting. 7 or 8 rubles for lunch, he says. They're ripping us off. But those inside are still trying to digest the service. I spilt my milkshake, he says, and I thought they'd bawl me out. Instead, they gave me another one. All of the staff have been taught to smile relentlessly, all the time.
I smile to anybody and they say, "Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? I wonder what has happened. Why do you smile?" They think that I'm laughing at them.
And so, on this day when cameras jostled and public relations triumphed, the head of McDonald's Canada, the prime mover in this joint venture, waxed lyrical, invoking Pushkin himself.
I think he'd probably write a magnificent poem saying that in this day and age, it's nice when the people can come out and get meat, bread, potatoes, and milk of the highest quality.
What Pushkin did write was this: happiness can only be found in communal pursuits. They started lining up this morning at 4 o'clock. Happiness today in Moscow lay in the communal pursuit of a Big Mac. Don Murray, CBC News, Moscow.
And 2 more signs of the instant hit McDonald's was today. The store had to stay open several hours past its posted closing time because there were so many people still in line. And the store set a McDonald's record for most people served on an opening day, 30,000.